A very good morning to you, FP2 students. I'd like to introduce myself to those of you who haven't met me. I am Miss Modake and I'm your visual arts lecturer. So I'd like to introduce the first lesson and get us creative and experimenting and exploring the medium for today. So the art medium we're going to be using, or the art material we're going to be using, is pencil. For the project that we are going to do, we need to first practice tone and different techniques so that we can find the best technique that suits us as artists. What we're going to do in this little experimentation, we are going to have to get ourselves a piece of paper or a visual journal. Okay, I've got a visual journal, but you're also free to just use a plain white paper. Okay, so what you'll be needing to do today, you're going to be experimenting with the art element called tone, and you are familiar with it. And in that, you are also going to be using the art element texture. How we create the texture is the interesting part, because that's where the technique comes in. And I hope that you can look through your notes and get acquainted with the different techniques such as stippling and cross-hatching and scribbling, which is so much fun, and it will get kids excited in every single class. And I hope you get excited during this lesson to explore these different techniques. Okay. Before we start, I'd like to tell you that you need to get a round object, such as this candle. All right, I had to use this particular candle in my house to draw a circle in my book so that I can start with the next exercise that we need to do. All right, so I needed to draw a circle. I'll follow up with some images on WhatsApp so that you can see what you need to do. I drew my circle and I used cross hatching as my technique, and I actually drew some nice things to guide me, that we go from the light tone to a dark tone, and from that we get a shadow on our surface. And it's interesting to see how going from light to dark using cross hatching creates a different and a beautiful texture. Texture is how rough or smooth something looks to the eye, so, and how it feels. So if you look at the circle, you can see how the light hits at the top and the object doesn't get any light at the bottom, thus it creates a shadow on the surface. You can also look at this when you're outside and you see how when the sun hits you, it creates a shadow, and see how light and how dark to light it goes. All right, so this first lesson, that's what you're going to do, and then I will introduce the project that we have to do going forward. All the best.